Welcome to our channel US Political News. I am the newscaster. My name is David. I am reaction on this video. The discussion focuses on President Donald Trump handling of the war with Iran, his claims about the Strait of Hormuz, and growing concerns about America's military strength and relationships with its allies. Trump recently posted a picture of the Strait of Hormuz and described it as a new U.S. territory. He has continued to insist that the United States control the important waterway. The Straits of Hormuz is extremely important because a larger amount of global oil and gas passes through the region. Any long-term disruption could push energy prices higher around the world. Former National Security Advisor John Bolton said that some of Trump pressure on Iran could be effective. He argued that restricting Iran access to outside money could put additional pressure on the Iranian government. He also said that increasingly the amount of oil and gas leaving the Gulf region could help reduce pressure on global energy prices. However, Bolton suggested that Trump may simply be trying to keep the situation under control until after the midterm elections, especially because high gas prices could become a political problem for the president. The bigger concern is that the war has continued much longer than Trump originally suggested. When the conflict began, Trump reportedly expected it to last only a few weeks. Instead, months later, there is still no clear end to the fighting. Iran is also preparing for the possibility of a larger and longer conflict, according to the decision. Iran has given more power to hardline leaders, increased the role of its Revolutionary Guard, and expanded missile production. Bolton strongly criticized Trump's approach to the war. He argued that Trump did not clearly define his goals when the conflict started. He also said the president did not properly prepare for a long conflict and has struggled to determine whether the United States is actually making progress toward its objective. Bolton believed that continuing pressure on Iran could weaken the Iranian government and make it harder for the Revolutionary Guard to carry out its threats. He also argued that stopping the military campaign after several weeks may have been a major mistake because it gave Iran time to prepare and strengthen its position. Another major concern is Trump's relationship with U.S. allies. Trump recently threatened Oman, an important U.S. partner in the Middle East. Oman has played a role in communicating between the United States and Iran. Bolton said that threatening an ally in such strong language damages America's relationship in the region and makes it harder for Washington to build trust. The discussion then moved to North Korea and South Korea. Trump recently reduced military exercises with South Korea and said part of the reason was that North Korean leader Kim Jong-un had been disrespectful toward him. Bolton strongly criticized his decision. North Korea already has nuclear weapons and long-range missiles. Bolton argued that reducing military pressure sends the wrong message to Kim Jong-un. He also pointed out that Trump made a similar decision during his first term after meeting Kim in Singapore in 2018. According to Bolton, the problem is that Trump often looks at international relationship through personal relationship. Trump has talked about having good relationship with Kim Jong, Chinese leader Xi Jinping, and Russia President Vladimir Putin. But Bolton argues that a friendly relationship between two leaders does not automatically mean the countries themselves have a strong or secure relationship. Bolton believes Trump often threats foreign policies as something personal rather than focusing on America's long-term national threats. He argued that this approach can create problems because other countries may see Americans' decisions as predictable. There are also growing concerns about the U.S. military ability to handle multiple conflicts. At the same time, the U.S. Abraham Lincoln has spent more than $200 60 days deployed in the Middle East and is expected to return home. At the same time, the USS George Washington is being moved from the Pacific toward the Middle East. The movement could create a gap in American military presence in the Pacific.